In a previous video, we talked about 7 reasons why MGTOW isn't like feminism for men. Today, we're going to through some additional reasons that prove the differences between the two. We talked at length about the history of feminism. We talked about the 4 ways of feminism and how it had more than 100 years to develop into what it is today, a centrally organized, institutionalized, socio-politically supported movement that promotes the viewpoints of women and how it often acts as leverage to dominate men in different aspects of life. We also talked about the origins of MGTOW, how it rose online through different forums, and how it has at max 20 years in existence compared to more than 100 years of feminism. Now, we're going to discuss 7 more reasons why MGTOW isn't like feminism for men. Continuing on, let's talk about how MGTOW is independent while feminism is clearly centralized, and how that impacts both movements. MGTOW believes it has a long way to go to be considered a movement. But before we do that, do you think MGTOW is really a movement? I mean, feminism clearly is, since it's organized and has branched out and dug its roots in every facet of life around the world. For now, MGTOW is still a developing ideology that I believe has a long way to go. To be considered a movement, MGTOW will first have to be accepted around the world as a legitimate ideology that has a set of demands or considerations that governments, NGOs, and other international organizations will have to accept and agree on. Feminism already has that and has had it for quite some time now. So, no. MGTOW is not a movement as such, it's more of an ideology. Next, let's talk about MGTOW really stands for. MGTOW believes women are hypergamous. Hypergamy basically states that women always have a need to level up when it comes to dating and relationships with men. This means that due to their hypergamous nature, women will always monkey branch to other men who they see fit, who they believe provide them with the wealth, power, influence, and status they need in their lives for their own future. On the other hand, feminism doesn't believe in any such thing. It doesn't believe that men are hypergamous or that men always want to level up with women. In reality, men actually want women who have traditional feminine qualities that stand true to women's biological nature, which is to nurture families, raise children, procreate, and be a source of joy, comfort, and peace for men and for their families. MGTOW believes men are disadvantaged in society. Men who go their own way believe that they are subjugated in society by organizations, corporations, and especially the justice systems which favor women over men. A major reason why men choose to be MGTOW is that after being used and burnt by women who only committed to them in a serious relationship and then plotted to take their wealth and resources using the justice system. And since family law has largely been designed to favor women, these men ended up with major setbacks in their lives, in their careers, and in their goals, dreams, and ambitions. On top of that, they were told they were not allowed to see their children and also pay a hefty monthly income to their ex-wives for the rest of their lives. True, there are some men who deserve this. But there are many more who have been at the end of unfair decisions by the justice system and have ended up giving away everything to their ex-partners for no reasons other than false allegations leveled against them. MGTOW believe women have full support across the spectrum. Men going their own way is still given a highly negative, occult-like narrative in Western media. Google MGTOW or watch it on the news, and all you will hear is that there are a bunch of guys who hate women and hate everything that has to do with women, have banded together and are promoting hatred against women. Until and unless the media shows a true picture of MGTOW really is, it isn't going to get the recognition it really needs. On the other hand, all media outlets and academic settings socially support, celebrate, and encourage feminism as a movement, as a group, and as a women's rights ideology. You can enroll in college classes on feminism philosophy and rights. Some of the best universities in the world offer degree programs that cover all there is to know about feminism, including its history, development, significant events that shaped it, and how individuals, groups, and nations benefit from including feminism as a key factor in their plans and policies. There are media programs devoted to feminism and women's rights. they come over and explain how societies can benefit from feminism and advocate for equal pay across the spectrum of occupations, but only want that for white-collar jobs like C-suite executives and not blue-collar jobs like miners. Prominent feminists are frequently invited on popular TV shows to discuss feminism in detail. Feminism is frequently discussed in social media posts about men and women, relationships, employment, rights, and pretty much everything else. There isn't a social media platform where you won't find recognized and respected social media groups discussing feminism and, occasionally, the needs of women. MGTOW believes women are an integral part of the social structure. This one might come as a shocker for everyone. But yes, MGTOW really believes in the importance of women in society. However, the type and form of this participation is different from what feminism perpetuates. For one, MGTOW doesn't believe that women should dominate men, or that even men should dominate women, where domination means to oppress. Men only believe that both men and women should abide by the rules of nature and play in complete alignment with what nature has prescribed for men and women to be. MGTOW believes in the natural roles of men and women. Men need to be the providers for a household, for which they need to be the hunters and gatherers where they go out in the world and create opportunity to earn wealth, gain influence, and become financially stable so that they can provide for their wives and children, protect their wives and children from harm, and ensure that their families live and thrive in comfortable environments. Now, the thing is, since the modern women do not agree with men on this matter, and they want to dominate men, take up positions that have been traditionally for men, and instead be the providers of their households, along with using men for their time, wealth, energy, and resources, that men have decided to go their own way and live their lives without women. At the flip extreme side, men could have fought this, and fought against women for their positions, and in fact tried to oppress women. But they would rather not use their inherent strengths against women because they are not oppressors by nature. Hence, men choose to go their own way and live their lives in peace, without the hassles of relationships. MGTOW thus operates entirely on its own. And we've discussed this even before. It is not actually owned by anyone. It is not set up systematically and methodically. Local, regional, continental, or national official groups are non-existent. There is no hierarchy of individuals or subgroups that are further separated into geographical areas. MGTOW is not systematic in the same way that feminism is, which is partially due to the fact that it hasn't had time to develop. MGTOW believes in the freedoms of men, but not at the expense of women. The key tenets of MGTOW ideology are the notion of male seclusion and the belief that feminism has corrupted society. They claim that genocentric bias against males is ubiquitous and includes prejudice against men in family courts and in positions based on gender. And this belief has only been brought on after realizing the true nature of women who only want to use men for their wealth and resources, and now are systematically making it harder for men to progress in any field. MGTOW and other manosphere groups have the belief that young, attractive women are promiscuous and practice hypergamy, having personal relationships with multiple men and quitting a man if a higher value man exhibits interest. They believe that women are drawn to alpha guys who are appealing but mistreat them, which supports the feminism theory. All in all, MGTOW isn't for men what feminism is for women because of these reasons. In order to better understand this, it is incredibly important for society and women to understand what MGTOW stands for, where it sees itself in the next couple of years, and what are its intentions. Its intentions are the freedoms of men, but not at the expense of women, as society might be suggesting. It is to ensure that men's issues are also heard across the spectrum, by the justice system, by governments, by large corporations, and by and through the media. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments because we're going to further talk about this topic in the upcoming weeks. If you liked what you saw, please like the video and subscribe to the channel.